Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Just a little bit more update on the cardigan that I'm knitting. I'm onto the sleeve here. But before I tell you what I've done with this, I've got a little video showing you how fast I can knit and how I do it. Just a little video for a few seconds. So this little tip for how I knit faster. If you have your stitches on the left hand needle, if you bunch them up very tight like that, so they're near the edge of the needle, the closer to the edge of the needle the stitches are, the quicker you can knit, because they practically fall off the you have to keep pushing the ones back on the other the needle because they're getting away. But the closer they are to the edge of the needle, the quicker you can knit, because they practically fall off the edge of the needle. You might have to keep pushing them up every so often. And that's how I can knit fast. And that's how I knit, and how I can knit a little bit faster if I do that with the stitches on the left hand needle, bunch them all up, because it is a little bit quicker because the stitches come off the needle quicker, and that's one way of doing. I do it anyway. But I'm onto the sleeve. Yeah, and I've done. This is how far I've got with the first sleeve, and I've done the rib the same as the back and the sides, 18 rows. But when I do the sleeves, I add extra stitches across on the last row of the rib. So I knit 17 rows, and when I come to the 18th row, I increase a few stitches, so you don't have so many stitches to increase up the sides, and it makes the cuff a little bit tighter as well, because it's usually the cuffs that go slack on you with you pulling them up your arms and that. So when I come to the 18th row, I start the row, I knit 5 or 4, I think it's 4 stitches. After 4 stitches I come to a knit stitch, I increase in that knit stitch, and I do that. I knit another 8 stitches, and then increase on the 8th stitch, and that's another knit stitch. And I do that every 8 stitches across the row on every 8th stitch, and then there'll be about 5 stitches left at the end, which just doing rib. And when I finish with that, I should have 57 stitches, and then I start increasing. I start knitting, I've done 4 rows before I started putting the bud on, and on the first row of the bud, the 5th row, I increased on each end of each side of the sleeve, and then I knit 8 rows and increased again, and I did 8 rows 3 times, and then changed to every 10th row, and I do every 10th row until I've got 75 stitches, and that's what I do until I get to the knit to the length that I need for the sleeve. And then when I get to the up to the armhole, the shapings and that, I'll do another video and show how I do that. Or I'll add it to this video. It's I might add it to this one. But anyway, I'm sitting here looking in. I do these videos like where I am now. I'm sitting in front of my laptop and I've got the camera on and I'm looking at myself in the video as I'm doing it, and I'm looking, I'm seeing, oh, I think my hair needs trimming. Could do with me hair trimmed, you know, because I can see myself in the picture, and I'm looking where my hair does need trimming because it's getting a little bit raggy edges and that, you know, and could do with trimming off. And what I usually do though, when I cut my own hair, I usually part it down the middle at the back and bring 2 bunches to the front, and then I just go sort of slope up, cut it and slope up however length I want it up both sides. And then when I go to my granddaughter's, I get her to trim the back, and any maybe bits that I've missed round there, the back, she'll trim that on me, and that's how I do my hair. But it's getting easier and easier to do because I've got less and less hairs. My hair keeps getting thinner and thinner as I'm getting older. And thinking about that, it made me think about something else. There's another little story that you might like. This was my dad. I'm one of three sisters. I'm the middle one. My older sister and my younger sister have both got lovely curly hair, and they used to have their hair hanging in ringlets, and my hair was always cut short when I was a child. I always wanted it long, but mother wouldn't let me have it long. It was always, mine had to be short. Because she said, because my hair was messy. They couldn't do anything with it like they could do with my other 2 sisters. So my dad used to cut my hair, and he always cut the hair. In my day, not many of us went to the hairdressers, or even the little boys, not many of them went to the barbers either. They used to have the basin on their head, you know, and you used to see the little boys come out the next day, and you knew that the mums or the dads had been cutting the hair that had the basin on the head, because you used to create straight line all around the top of the head. I've got a hair on me, stuck on me sleeve. Oh, there it is. Put it on the floor, it'll get on me wool. And that's what we used to do in my day. I'm talking about the early 50s. And anyway, my dad used to cut my hair. And the kind of thing, I don't know whether anybody else done. I'm going to look this up on the internet actually to see whether this was a practice in those days, whether anybody else did this. But my dad used to cut my hair, and then afterwards, after he'd cut it, he used to get his lighter out and he used to singe all the ends of the hair, because he said that when you cut your hair, it bleeds, and singeing the ends stopped it from bleeding. Whether this was a practice that everybody else done in those days who cut their own hair, I don't know. But I'm going to look up on the internet and see if I can find anything out of this. And just me sitting in front of this laptop and looking at myself and thinking about my hair needing a trim just reminded me of that. And a lot of you older ones, anywhere near my age, I'm almost 75, so any of you that's anywhere near my age might know about these things, but you'll probably put it in the comments if you do. I'd love to know if anybody else had the same thing. But I remember my dad doing mine one time, and he had the flame turned up too high on his lighter, and he set my hair alight on. I think one side of my hair, I think I was bald for about 2 or 3 weeks until the hair flame grew back again. But that's a little story you might like. I'm definitely going to look that up and find out whether that was a common practice in my young day. So if you like this video, would like to see more knitting and more little stories anytime I can think of, thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll tell you all about it.